A wise man by the name of Jerry Cinnamon once said, "Drinking cider in a golf course is just a distant memory, but with us, it's a current memory, and we're here live."
Ish.
Yeah, pre-recorded, but we're here in spirit. Don't worry about it.
Hey Geoff.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you very much. We've got to keep this short and sweet because there is an episode waiting to burst out.
Burst onto the scene.
And I think we say this all the time. I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, we're really...
Every podcaster says that.
Yeah, we're really, really excited. Please like and follow everything now.
I bet you can't even remember what this one is.
Yeah, of course I can.
It's Sandford Orchard, everyone.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a different one.
No, it's not. It is Sandford Orchard.
I was about to go and name an episode of another one that we recorded, and that would have just been not ideal.
Been embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sandford Orchard, they are a cidermaker in Devon, close to my heart.
And most importantly, great friends.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
They hate us.
They told us to cease and desist after this. But
loads of angry paper.
This is Sandford Orchard. This is episode 5.
Episode 5, Jesus.
And we've just been joined with a cat. Hello, cat.
Hello, Pasco, mate. You alright?
So, please please subscribe.
Review.
We've got stuff on YouTube now as well.
Yeah. Subscribe. Comment.
Leave comments.
Yeah.
Nice comments.
Yeah. Nothing horrible because...
Free cider, that's always nice.
Yeah, we're not going to say no. Unless it's spiked.
No. Yeah, well, who knows what will happen.
Yeah.
Even if we will
leave some pretty crazy episodes.
So, episode 5, Sandford Orchards.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Let's get into it. Come on. We're here with...
Crack it open then.
Devon Dry. I am excited. I'm not going to waffle on too much at the start. It's got a sort of a yellowy orange.
Yeah, it's like a mustard.
Yeah.
Mustard label on there with
Not
their signature apple. No, absolutely.
Which doesn't mean it's bad.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there's a little bit of sort of steam or smoke coming off at the start there.
Lovely.
Quite eye
Just the
pleasing.
gases, yeah. Well, it's a nice colour. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's nice and golden. Again, I think it's just natural fizz in their cheers. Oh, I can
Cheers.
smell the apples already, actually. And some of the ciders we've drunk, they stink.
This
they
smells really nice.
This smells nice and fruity. Definitely tell it's apples. Very crisp, very dry.
Yeah, very crisp.
It's
quite a firm taste.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's definitely
nice taste.
Yes, it's definitely a robust apple.
It's not
taste.
acrid. It's nice, even though it is a dry cider. It's nice. It cleanses your palate quite well, I think.
It definitely gets the back of your mouth there with that dryness.
It's a nice feeling. It's a nice dry.
It's really nice. I wouldn't say this is a strong dry.
Again, it's got a scale on the back.
Yeah, it's got a scale.
6 ounces.
That's an old joke.
Yeah,
really bad.
Terrible. It says that it's sort of in between medium and dry.
Yeah, it's definitely I've had a lot dry. I've had a lot medium.
Yeah.
This is definitely in the middle of the scale.
Is it? It's more to the dry end of the scale.
Well, for me personally, I definitely think but medium between medium and dry.
It's definitely not the driest we've had, but it's very good.
Well, it's quite nice. They've actually, again, this is what I like about craft cider producers. They tell you the blend of apples that they've used in here.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that before I gave you the bottle to read off.
Yeah, it's cool. And you've got Browns, Fiona, and
Fiona. Michelin?
Yeah, Michelin as well. Which, again, I haven't heard of. It'd be interesting to actually taste these apples and to see how much of their flavour comes through on these. I would have thought that one of those is going to be quite a dry to the...
Yeah. What are your thoughts so far? So it's got Michelin apples in it. Is it a Michelin-style drink for you?
Well, it's definitely not making it tired.
No.
So I think it's...
Oh, God, I just realised what you just done. Oh, God.
Well, I like it. I think this is a really nice cider. Again, it's so easy to drink.
Yeah.
You're right. It hasn't got an acrid taste. It's quite a fresh, appley taste.
Yeah.
Not particularly strong. This one's 5%. This one was about £2.19 for this bottle. Again, that is from a village store. You can get this in our local Sainsbury's. I know cheaper.
Yeah. But
that's fine. It's good to support local.
It says on the bottle that it pairs well with shellfish, creamy pasta, and chicken fajitas.
Yeah, well, I could imagine, because it's
vegan fajitas.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got to include
these the flavours on there. They're not overly complex. They're not overpowering enough to knock out the taste of anything else, which is quite nice. Again, some of the stuff we've tried is pretty full on.
Yeah.
But this one smells really good.
I can imagine this pairing well with a really nice sort of a seafood creamy pasta, a bit of a blend between what they recommend, but I can imagine that tasting really, really nice.
It's slightly sweet. It's definitely crisp. It's lovely. It kind of reminds we had that Scollies did really well. Gone delicious.
Oh yeah, it was the first GURT lush ever.
Absolutely. And again for people that are this is the first episode. We've got a scale of scoring for the ciders that we try.
Yeah. We'll get to that later, I think.
Well, we'll just remind people there's so-so, which is okay.
We say this every week, but it's fine.
It's fine.
You've got to remind people.
Yeah, you've got lush, which is something that you could drink again and again.
Yeah, and you enjoy it. It's not necessarily your favourite, but it's there and you like it.
Yeah, and then there's
GURT lush, the creme de la creme, the nectar of the gods of cider. And so far, there's only 2 in there.
There is only 2 in there.
I'm trying to work out how many we've tried so far. I'll have a quick count.
There's quite a few in there.
We've had 10 so far.
Well, there we go.
And there's only been 2 that have made it into GURT lush.
Yeah.
Some could say that we're being harsh. I say that we're...
To be honest, I think
we're ranking it fairly.
Yeah.
On our general opinions. And
yeah, well, this one actually reminds me very much of that. It's definitely got the crispness of that Christmas definitely cuts through.
Very similar in taste when I think about it.
Yeah, very much so.
But that's not bad.
No, not a bad thing at all. I'm going to have some more.
I want to pour myself a little bit more. I'll give you some more as well.
Go on, get it in there. Lovely.
It is a beautiful drink.
It is really, really good. This is one of their, what they call their session ciders.
Okay. What does that mean exactly?
So it means that you could quite easily drink this one after another, another. So you could really have a proper session on something like this. And
enjoy it at the same time.
Absolutely. I mean, I really am enjoying this. You wouldn't want to... I mean, again, some of the ones that we've had previously, I hate to keep knocking it, but that Hogan's PT.
Yeah. We could be being quite harsh. I don't think it was that bad. I think it's just... It was...
I'm not bothered if I never have it again.
Yeah.
So for me, that's
I think I'd like to try it now after we've tried some of these and see how I'd rank it against some of the more recent ones. But it's definitely...
But that was a very strong taste, and I couldn't imagine having too many of them. Whereas this, it's quite inoffensive. Yeah. It's nice because it's got that dryness to it.
It's also quite quaint in a way. It's quite a calming drink, if you ask me.
That's really nice. Lovely.
So you could drink this when you're just having a chilled out evening, watching a film or something. You don't necessarily have to drink this on a session as such. You can sort of just chill out, have a cider, and enjoy yourself on a winter's evening like we are at the minute.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's pretty cold outside at the moment. And it's nice and warm in here. It's lovely, and it's just getting warmer now. We've got started with these. Again, this is so easy to drink.
Yeah.
I've got only a little bit left to go, so absolutely spot on that.
Usually when we have some drinks, you always finish before me, and I feel like, I need to catch up now. I start taking bigger gulps. But with this, I feel no pressure to do so.
No,
I just want to enjoy this.
Don't feel like I want to rush you.
Oh no, never. It's just that
definitely not.
Me subconsciously think, he's done now. Best hurry up a little bit. But this, I feel no pressure to hurry up at all. I'm sorry if it's wasting your time.
No, not at all.
I'm enjoying this one.
I've really liked it. I wanted to keep going back to it. It's really inoffensive. Yeah. It's a really nice, fresh taste in the mouth.
Have you had this one before?
I think I have had this one before.
I don't think I've ever had this one before. I've had the one that we're having a bit later in the episode before, but I haven't had this one, and it's definitely up there for me. It's really delightful.
Really good. Yeah, really good. Again, it's not something that I could not go back to. I prefer dry cider. I would have that again and again and again, but I'm not going to go too much into.
I wouldn't say that I necessarily prefer dry cider. I sort of like it just a tiny little bit drier than this, but not loads, because I think this is a good a good middle ground for a dry cider. It's not.
I'll tell you what, if you were going to
to
introduce someone to a dry cider, this would be a good place to start, just to get their palates wetted.
Yeah, so. It is definitely, talking of wet palates, mouth-watering,
I'd
say.
It is mouth-watering.
And I think that dry crispness, that firm bit right at the back of your mouth, definitely helps with that sort of
absolutely. So I think it's thumbs up all around. From
double thumbs up.
Oh, double thumbs up. Well, that's
mental.
great.
This is what it does. It is definitely it's a beautiful drink.
It is really, really good.
It's a beautiful colour. It's a beautiful smell, and it's a beautiful taste.
And that's what we're trying to do with this, is trying to get people onto
not necessarily
thinking about cider. I think we might have discussed it before. People's introduction to cider is normally getting absolutely ratted in a park somewhere.
It's not good.
Absolutely. But this is the next level. You know, this is really nice cider. I think if more people tried this, it'd be obviously better for businesses.
Yeah.
I know some of the businesses are struggling at the moment.
It's a shame to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading, it was something that they were saying on their blog, on their website, is that alcohol consumption during a lockdown number 1 was significantly down compared to previous, and actually that cider, because it is a craft thing, it's harder to make, especially in a lockdown.
Yeah.
But only today in the news is alcohol consumption for over 50s is up during this latest lockdown that we're in.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it is, because people tend to turn towards alcohol because they think it's going to ease their problems, and it really isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a problem, if you think you've got a problem, talk to someone.
Yeah, definitely. Don't feel any...
And Geoff, this isn't aimed at you.
Yeah, you are staring me dead in the eye, but, getting a bit wary at the minute.
But listeners, if you think, maybe I am drinking a little bit too much, talk to someone about it. Talk to someone. Anyway, enough about that. Drink responsibly, everybody. Right, I think we're done with this one. I think we want to get onto this other one.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We'll have the last little swig.
Go on then.
Wonderful.
Okay, well, that went really well, which I'm glad. And I just want to say, if you hear any noises in the recordings, we are just on our dining room table. We've got animals wandering around. Yeah. They're quite tame.
Not to mention your wife. I am joking. I'm joking.
We've got the wife going through, sorting out snacks and bits and pieces. Not for us, because I want to keep my panic clean.
Very rude not to ask, though.
I did say last time that I'm going to have some water next to me, so I've got some water.
I'm also
going to have a slurp.
Glasses whilst I get that.
No problem at all. Okay, so we've got Devon Red now. I've liked this, and your face is just
I'm excited.
Lit up. I've liked this. It's normally if this is on in a pub.
Yeah. I'm
a happy bunny. This is normally my go-to cider. So I hope it doesn't let me down. I like it. It's reasonably sweet.
Yeah.
Now they class it as just over between a not quite a dry, but just it's over medium.
Yeah. It's like you put the scale on the back.
It is, but the colour was very different from the one. That one was quite pale that we had a minute ago.
Yeah, this one's a lot darker.
This is a lot darker. It's named after our soil. Red soil.
Oh. I was very confused for a minute of what you were talking about.
Right, actually, I'm going to be good host.
So kind of you. Anyone that knows me, they know that this is probably my favourite cider.
A little bit of a fizz.
Yeah. And I don't want to be biased.
No, absolutely. I'm going to come at this like I come at the rest of the drinks that we've had.
Yeah.
Close the door because, believe it or not, this isn't a barn. So cheers.
Cheers.
Actually, smell. It's definitely a different smell from the previous one. It's.
But again, not a bad smell.
It really isn't a bad smell at all. Definitely get an autumny smell off that.
Yeah.
Not quite wet leaves, but that you could imagine being in
a barn, like you just said.
No, you could imagine being in the orchard. Actually, you get that nice appley smell off.
In my head now, it's me walking through an orchard with bottles hanging from the trees instead of just apples. So.
Oh, it's so good. Definitely a completely different flavour. It's a lot more robust than the dry. It's definitely sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely like a caramelly,
Yeah, I know where you're coming from.
sweet honey kind of flavour.
Yeah. I wonder if it says what this pairs with on the back. Yeah,
It does, but read out what the apples are in there.
So we've got Farmer's Glory.
Oh, it's nothing like a farmer's glory.
Davernay.
I think it's Davernay.
Yeah.
I would say Davernay.
And Sweet Alfred.
Sweet Alfred.
What a name.
Lovely.
That's what they call him on the street.
Now, this is a stronger flavour than the previous one. So I'm going to say this goes with stuff that is...
It's like Top Trumps, but worse.
No, it's better because you can drink in between.
Yeah.
Because this is a strong flavour, it needs to have something with strong flavours.
Yeah.
For me, curry, without doubt. This and a curry, perfect.
It says on the back, char-grilled meats, fragrant curries,
Again.
and cured pork.
Yeah.
Which I can imagine going with very, very well. This on a barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That is.
And we've talked about dream menus, and I've said my drink of choice is this.
And I agree with you. It's probably on my dream menu as well. My dream menu has changed recently. We're not going to go into that now.
No.
But this is still on it. It's one of the only things that stayed. Because it is just a beautiful taste.
It really is good.
It's just marvellous.
I do think it's changed over years. I think it isn't as strong as it used to be. It used to be a lot stronger than this, a little bit sweeter. They do another one, which is Devon Mist.
Okay, I've never tried that.
Which is nice. It's cloudy.
During my research earlier, that did come up quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a little bit sweeter than this one. But this isn't too sweet. It's
got a subtle
not too
sweetness
dry.
on the tip of your tongue.
Absolutely. This is...
First blended in 2007.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's getting on now, joking.
Oh.
It's 13 years old, I think.
Yeah.
13 years old, yeah. But
yeah. Hey, Pasco. That's the cat. I did say that...
the cat agrees that it's tasty.
He does. What are you after, pussycat?
Just wandering about.
Oh, it's just such a good cider. It really is. I wish these bottles were slightly bigger.
Yeah. A bottomless bottle of Devon Red.
Oh.
Is that... You're grinning just thinking about that.
It'd be heaven. Now, this is a little bit gassier, I think.
Yeah. There is a bit more of a kick up with the fizz.
Yeah. But again, it helps, I think, disperse that flavour through your palate, I think. It's so good.
It's mouthwatering.
It is. Again, I think that's a trademark of their ciders. They are definitely mouthwatering. I can feel my saliva glands in my mouth. Just
they want more.
They do want more. They're just alive. And again, this is the nice thing. You don't want a...
Gives them a little wake up call.
Yeah, you don't want a bland taste in your mouth. You want something to really waken the senses up, and this definitely does that. When
we were drinking the one we had before, the Devon Dry, is it called Devon Dry?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the Devon Red, and it was tempting me. And it was giving me a funny look. I was like, I'm ready to just crack you open and drink some of that.
It is. It's. I mean, they're both good ciders.
Yeah.
You know, these are again. Then these aren't a tiny little producer. Well, as far as I know, they're not. But they're definitely nothing to people like Thatcher's or Weston's.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is just steps the game right up. I think because they are a small business, it allows them to
spend a lot more time.
Absolutely, yeah, and they've definitely perfected what they do.
Yeah, they're both quality drinks.
Yeah,
I would just say that the Devon Red is just gives that edge just a tiny bit more superior to the dry. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It just does a little bit more for me. I honestly cannot put my finger on.
Well, the flavour is a lot more rounded. There's definitely something there for everybody. You know, there's that nice appley, fresh taste, and you've already hit the nail on the head. It's mouth-watering. It makes you want to keep going back to it.
Yeah. I will admit this was one of the first ciders that made me want to have more. So this sort of kick-started my cider adventure, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a cider that it gives me comfort.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel happy.
If you're going to go for a cider out there, if you can get hold of the Sandford Orchards one, the great thing is about the age that we live in now is no longer do you have to go and see the local farmer to get your cider.
No.
You can go on the web, you can go onto their website, you can
Yeah.
order this stuff.
I did scour their website before we started recording this to some of the other sort of things they did. I know shouldn't really go into it, but I saw a few things that to do with the age we live in now that I thought was quite cool. Is they did a selection called Pub in a Box.
Yes.
Which I thought was interesting, and I think it's 3 or 4 different ciders with, I don't know, nuts and other sort of pub food essentially.
Snack food.
Yeah, snack food. And I looked at that and thought, that's a bit of me. I want some of that.
See, especially, again, I will say this time, we're in lockdown number 2.
Yeah.
I must say the sequel to lockdown is nowhere near as good as the first lockdown, which is often the case with sequels.
Yeah.
But again, the pubs are closed. So, and I feel so sorry for these people.
Yeah.
But the only place you can really go and get a drink now is a supermarket.
Yeah. Or order it online.
Yeah, you don't get that pub feel, which is again that community thing.
Yeah.
Whereas getting that pub in a pub in a box from them lets you have your salty snack, your drink. Is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I think I told you I had their rib tickler a couple of weeks back.
So that came up again earlier. Never seen it.
Like a little cider, really, really nice. Helped pressed by Exeter Chiefs, who are a European champion, or double champions.
Very
champions
happy about
of the
that.
UK.
I don't really follow rugby, but fair play.
It's great for us, Devoners.
Yeah, I don't really follow rugby, but fair enough. It can't be easy. I mean,
well,
I wonder if this was crushed by them running all over it practicing rugby training.
No, that's the rib tickler. That's why that actually says on the bottle that it was pressed by them. Yeah. And you know what? I think a company to consistently make good ciders with the volume that they do, because to me it seems like a big business, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
I've been to their the cider works. I think I've mentioned this a few minutes ago. The building itself is reasonably big. It's not factory big, but it's reasonably big. Yeah. It previously was a cider factory.
Yeah.
Again, there's the River Creedy runs through Crediton, and it was named after them. I think it's the Creedy cider company. And one of their
sorry to interrupt. They do another range of ciders. I can't remember what it's called. I think I've got it written down somewhere.
Well, there's Creedy Bridge, which is the one that
Creedy Vintage.
The Creedy Vintage. Thank you. Shaky Bridge is the other one.
Yeah.
And my favourite named cider, Fanny's Bramble.
Yeah.
I don't like flavoured ciders that much, but that one is spot on.
All of these ciders I'm mentioning, they came up when I was doing my little 10 minutes of research before we started.
Well, it's important to research what you eat and drink.
Yeah.
So you can actually... Oh, there's just so much flavour in there. It's lovely.
It does a lot, doesn't it, in your mouth? And I've finished completely
you
have.
I've down the hatch for this last little one.
Yeah. Oh, crazy.
Well, I think this time last week when we were doing this, I was a little bit tipsy because some of the ciders that we were drinking last week, were a little stronger than what we normally have. Cider again is unfortunately has been watered down a little bit. So the two that we've had, Devon Red and the crisp dry cider. I mean, the Devon Red, unfortunately, is 4.5%, so it has been watered down quite a lot. I'm pretty sure remember it being a lot stronger than that. And the crisp dry cider was 5%. Both were about $2.19 a bottle. Yeah. Now I've got a surprise for you.
Oh, okay. Go on.
There is a third bottle.
Oh, I'm shocked.
There is a third bottle.
You've got your little present?
I have, and it's hiding behind the curtain.
Oh, so it's not a dead body, thankfully. My God.
There it is.
I've been talking about this since we started.
So this is the General. So this is named after the vat that it's actually matured in. Okay. So if you remember rightly, the vat is about 100 years old. It's massive. It's oak, and I think that will come through. Now this one is a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
This is 8.4, and this bottle is a lot smaller. So the bottles that we've had so far are 500 ml.
I think the name suits the bottle. It's dark.
It's
the
black.
general.
It's almost black.
Yeah.
This is 330 ml. This one here, 8.4%, as just mentioned. Now,
I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie.
this one is also a tribute to Sir Revers Buller, who was a Devon soldier in Exeter. There's a statue. You normally see it on the front page of the Express and Echo with a cone on his head. Someone has climbed up the statue and put a cone on his head.
For any particular reason, or just for
Because
fun?
it looks good, yeah. And he is Britain's most decorated soldier.
Wow, I didn't know.
And there's, I think, the pub in there, the Revers, or I think it's actually called the General Revers Buller in Crediton High Street. I think it's actually Witherspoons now.
Oh God, how it's full.
Yeah, it is named after him as well.
Yeah.
So local lad.
I think it was the first episode you mentioned this to me, and since then I've wanted to try it.
This is a lovely cider. I really like this one. I'm going to let you do the honours.
Wow. Until today, I didn't know it was Sandford.
Now, I actually went out and especially got this one. Saw these two, so the Devon Red and the Dry, and I got those as well. And I thought, that's where I came up with the idea. Actually, we'll go for a single producer this time.
Yeah.
So crack her open and see what you think.
Wow, what a beautiful sound.
It is.
I'm going to pour yours first.
Thank you very much.
Being a gentleman. Wow, it's a lot darker.
It's a little bit livelier, yeah, a little bit darker. Again, it's matured, so it's going to pick up some of the flavours and colours. Whoa, that's way more than I've got.
Okay,
So it's going to pick up some of the flavours and out of that oak barrel.
Yeah.
You're smiling.
I'm grinning.
And
It's a beautiful cap. It's a dark colour and it contrasts
it is.
the logo really well. I sound like such a nerd, but I do geek out on those sort of things.
Yeah, it's nice. Now, on this one, they don't actually say. So this is their old logo on there. It's like the Tree of Life, this one here. So it may have been hanging around for a while. It's a little bit more expensive. This is about so this is £4.50 for this bottle.
Oh God, you've really broken the bank.
But again, hopefully it stands up. Yeah, it's a little bit fizzy, but again, look at that dark colour. Cheers.
I'm so excited.
Oh, the smell again. I'm just going to go on about the smell before I take a sip. I know you've got straight in there, but the smell on this one here is, it's a lot more complex. Sit down.
I've stood up out of shock.
And again, it's not an offensive smell. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely there.
It smells a bit like Christmas.
It does.
That
It's like it's like a sweetie.
Yeah. Tiny
like
little bit like Christmas pudding.
Yeah.
Tiny little bit.
Well, I'm gonna get in there and drink it. Oh yeah. So, wow, very robust.
Yes.
That is it's a full-on flavour. There is I want to say vanilla, but not vanilla. But it's like not like a custard, but like I'm going to say vanilla. It's like a really nice ice cream.
Yeah, and I do love ice cream.
Yeah, vanilla ice cream. Really overrated. If you have decent, good vanilla ice cream, this has definitely got vanilla.
Yeah.
I'm
going to talk you through how I felt on the first little gulp of this.
Go
Because
on.
You've gassed this up to me for weeks. And the first little sip I took, I thought, I don't like it that much. And then, like a split second later, something hit me.
With the flavour,
my God, that is something else.
It really is.
Like, I'm smiling, thinking, that brought me joy.
It's a good cider. It really is. The General, this it really does stand up there in the ranks with some of the best ciders. I know there are other producers that make some amazing stuff that is a lot more expensive, but I really like this. I think this is a good cider.
Although
I wouldn't want to spend that much money on it all the time.
Yeah. Although I don't think it's the best we've had today.
That's
and I'm not going to tell you which I think is the best.
That's all right. That's up to you. Again, that smell is just full on when you put your nose in that bottle.
Wonderful smell.
Bottle. in the glass.
It's quite a sharp taste though.
Yeah, so
At the roof of your mouth.
you're going to get, because this is what they would class as a vintage, so it's been sat in that.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's vintage though.
You can taste that it's been hanging around in that vat for a while, gathering those flavours and melding those flavours. It doesn't say what apples these are. No. So whether it's blended or whether it is...
Or it's just general apples. I'm coming in with a puns today and I'm hating myself for it every minute.
Or whether it is a blend. I'm going to say it's a blend. But you know what? I really like it. You can tell it's a Sandford.
Yes.
It's got that Sandford flavour. Mentioned this before. Keep going back to stuff. Thatcher's, you can taste the Thatcher's taste throughout their products. I think with Sandford,
you can tell that it's a Sandford drink, but it's not as known as widely.
No, well, this isn't produced in the same quantities that the rest are. Although it's a big vat, you won't get this in a pub.
No, definitely not.
This is a special side of this one here. I don't even know if they make this anymore. Again, this is their old livery on the bottle, so it'd be interesting to find out from them whether or not they still make this. On the back here says it's a powerful, definitely complex flavour.
100%.
Rich apple fruit, honey and vanilla. Well, there you go. I said it was like a vanilla-y sweet vanilla.
Yeah.
Definitely. With malted barley. Now, I don't know about that. I don't really know what malted barley. The only experience I've had was like a whiskies.
Yeah, I can tell that there's a sort of malt flavour to it though.
Yeah, it's rustic. It's definitely a rustic flavour, but it's not like an old farmer down. This is a nice.
It's a nice version of your local farmer's cider.
Yeah, absolutely. This is lovely. Really good stuff.
If you just let it sit on your tongue for just a moment or two, it's just the flavour.
There's so much there, isn't it?
Yeah, it coats your tongue and then the sides of your mouth, and then it's so weird but nice.
Yeah,
it's a strange one.
Yeah, it's a good thing I did exactly the same thing as you. Then I let it stay in my mouth for a minute, because it's too easy just to.
Yeah.
But that's obviously where our taste buds are, and again, it's making my mouth water.
Yeah. There are cats in
the
the background
cats again.
making noise. And here he is again, the cat. He's come to join in with the general.
Well, Wilson, the cat, he likes cider. He will drink cider.
Why have you been feeding the kitten cider? I've told you about this before.
God, this is such a...
I don't think they'd complain if they got this. I mean, I would, because it's £4 a bottle. But...
Again, you get that...
Christmas pudding.
Yeah, you could say Christmas pudding. That's a good shout. Again, it's definitely fruity.
Yeah.
And it's not like an apple. I wouldn't say this is an apple-y taste, although the smell is definitely an apple.
I've realised what it reminds me of.
Go on.
So, Christmas dinner at your mum's house. The last bit, the Christmas pudding, just as she sets it on fire, into an inferno and the house burns down. No, I'm joking. Just when she lights it, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really weird or really niche, but...
No, but it's nice to find different ways of it, sort of trying to explain what's going on in your mouth.
But also,
everybody's mouth is different.
That links back to a personal experience from me and you.
Yeah.
And hopefully, that happens with other people as well.
Absolutely.
You definitely want a cider that has a sort of sentimental value.
Yeah, definitely.
And that brings back memories of Christmas dinner at your mum's house.
Definitely Christmas pudding. That's really good. It's a really good analogy. You get those darker fruits in there.
Yeah.
They've been hanging, so they're not fresh fruit. They've been hanging around for a while.
I think that's the idea of this sort of thing. People sometimes hear unfresh fruit and think, oh, it's rotten, it's disgusting. But that's the idea, that it's been sat in a vat for... It's been sat in a 100-year-old vat.
Yeah, well, again, normally with vintage stuff, it's sat anywhere between 6 months to 3 years.
Yeah.
And again, like a good whiskey, it starts to take on that flavour of the wood that's in there.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even though this is a little bottle, this has taken us quite a while to get through this because
there's lots to talk about.
There is so much to talk about.
Which is great for the watch time, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want this to end.
Really?
I really enjoy this.
I do enjoy it. I wouldn't say I didn't want it to end because I think I will end up being a little bit.
This is the difference between a session.
Yes. I completely agree.
A session cider and a proper craft cider.
Yeah.
This is the sort of stuff that used to get when I first started drinking. Rough cider from Farmer's Place. This is the kind of stuff. It was nice. It's not as peppery as that you'd get on some of the ciders that you get. When I say peppery, it is like when you grind pepper and you get that taste. You get that in some drink. This you don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's got the rest of it there.
There's sort of a remnants of it though, but you can't taste all of it.
What's up, pussycat?
Whoa.
Oh my god, it's already started to take effect. But I'm not going to say I could drink this all night
because you might not end well for you.
No, absolutely. But when you compare this to something like that Hogan's PT, because they're the same size bottles.
Yes.
This is
Streets
heads
ahead.
And shoulders above
Streets
that.
ahead.
Absolutely.
Levels above.
I don't know if it's sort of taking you back to that taste.
Vaguely, but this is so much better.
Yeah, because it's not as full on,
This
is
is
it?
everything I thought Hogan's PT was going to be. And we're sorry, Hogan, mate.
Yeah.
But you're not the general.
No, absolutely.
The general is the general. He's the Grand Master.
He is.
He's the Wolfpack manager at the minute.
He is the Wolfpack manager of the cider pack. I've got my last. I'm going to sniff it. I'm going to sniff it one more time.
It's a beautiful.
Get that.
smell.
Actually, I think you've hit it bang on the head with the Christmas pudding, because when you smell it, take a nice big smell, you can almost, and I don't know what they've aged or what was in that barrel previous.
Yeah. Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding.
It's a massive Christmas pudding.
But it kind of is like a brandy.
Yeah.
Like Christmas, you get that alcohol taste.
Get that alcoholic grandmother taste.
I love this. Cheers.
Cheers. And thank you.
No worries. Oh, done and done.
I've lost words.
Good. Right, we were going to have to get to the scoring.
Yeah.
God, look at the time. Well, you're cleansing your palate. I'm going to have a quick slurp of water.
Sort of cleaning my teeth with this water because my teeth have been coated with cider today.
It's lovely.
But coated with nice cider.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, I think some of the best. Actually, the way that those bottles have just ended up there, it'd be good actually to take a photograph in a minute, actually, because it's worked out quite well there.
And put it on the Instagram account.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to go to the scoring, and we mentioned this already. You've got you've got Lush, which these are definitely all over Lush, and then you've got GURT Lush, which is the pinnacle.
De la creme.
Absolutely, you don't get much better than that.
Nectar of the gods cider,
absolutely,
which is very cringy, but
we'll go in order of how we drunk them. So we've got the Devon Dry, so that's the crisp cider.
Yeah.
So how did you rate that?
As the Grandmaster and Grandmaster.
That's how much it's had an effect on you.
As the Grandmaster score sheet guru, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, good.
Very big fan. But I'm toying between two things.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's if it's Lush, it's an ultra high Lush. It's the best Lush we've had.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's a GURT Lush, it's unfortunately one of the lower GURT Lushes.
I'd rather it be a better than a lower.
Yeah, because I think it's very unfair to call it a lower.
Yeah.
Are we going to go for an upper echelon Lush?
Oh, without doubt. It's a great, easy to drink cider. Not too complex. You can drink it all day if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be a Lush.
Yeah. But bear in mind, high-end Lush. We don't want to do it any injustice or anything.
Absolutely. If there was some middle ground between Lush and GURT Lush, it would be there.
Yeah.
But there isn't.
But
we're going to be strict.
Yeah. It's championship playoff.
We're going to be strict. We're going to stick to our guns. We're going to have these 3 tiers.
We do not change the rules for anyone.
Absolutely.
Unless they pay us.
We don't negotiate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's there.
The thing is, there's not a lot to say, but there's a lot to say, if you know what I mean. So, in very simple terms, Great. Thumbs up, big smiles.
Double thumbs up is always good.
Thumbs up, big
Now,
smiles.
we've also had the Devon Scrumpy.
From Sandford.
I think it was on the very first episode.
That was.
From,
I believe it was the first one we tried before we started.
And that went straight into Lush.
Yeah.
Now, do you reckon that is better or worse than this one?
I would say that this Devon Dry is better than a Devon Scrumpy.
Cool.
I don't know why.
Good.
It's just nicer in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It goes down your throat a bit better. It's just a little bit more enjoyable for me.
It's
I
really
haven't
good.
had many Scrumpies, to be honest, so I don't really know.
Well, what I'll try and do is we'll try and get some Scrumpy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. It's hard to get hold of now. Again, we are in lockdown. We're not really supposed to be going out, but this is essential. We're doing this for you.
Yeah.
So this is essential.
It's very essential to your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
If it's not in your lifestyle, why not? I mean,
So then we're going to go for Devon Red. Now on the front of it does say Supreme Cider. I'm fiddling because I'm excited. I do like this one. For me, I'm not going to mess around. It's going straight and get Lush.
and I agree.
Yeah,
It is the Supreme Cider.
It's really good.
How would you say it compares to the other two in GURT though, which is Scully's Golden Delicious and Henry Weston Vintage 2019?
It's definitely over and above Westerns.
Agreed.
Um,
I would say that it's on par with Scully's.
It's definitely on
Golden
par with Scotland's, definitely. And the nice thing, this is local, so when you go on about food miles and all that kind of stuff,
Delicious. Yeah.
this is made 20 miles from
It's
here.
close to home.
Yeah.
And we're not complaining.
Absolutely.
I remember us briefly saying one time that we wanted to put one in GURT Lush per series. So far, we've got 3 in there.
We have.
But we're being honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because we said something doesn't mean we have to stick to it. Devon Red is one of the finest ciders I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Absolutely. And, again, it's not trying to be something...
That's not. It's humble. It's nice.
It is, absolutely.
It feels like a good friend, which is very sad.
No, absolutely. Yeah, again, it's not trying to be pretentious or snobby or anything like that. It's a bloody good cider. It really is good.
It is. I'm smiling when I look at it, as if it's a beautiful woman.
When
not, but
when I go to a pub and that's on, it makes
Smiles.
me smile. It makes me
Yeah.
smile. I'm really happy.
What he does is he walks in, he sees that, puts both thumbs up, and puts the biggest grin on his face
Absolutely.
ever. Would you like to do that for me now? There we go.
If only you could see it.
Looking a little bit like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, but cheese. Probably would go quite well with some cheese.
Okay.
I mean,
So then we got the General.
the General, the Grand Master.
It is now.
Looking very dark and moody over there.
I know where I want to put this, but I'm sort of
Can I say
scared.
first?
Yeah, go on.
For me, it's a so-so.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
I was going to say.
No, to be honest, I can't decide. You go first.
It's GURT Lush. It is a great cider.
It is really nice.
I don't think you could have too much of it.
Yeah.
I think it would spoil it after the third bottle.
I think that's a one bottle drink though. That's the thing. You drink it, you enjoy it, you leave it.
I would love it if it was the same size bottle as the rest of
I
them.
think it's fine the way it is. I think if there's too much of it, it's going over a bit. I think it's nice when it's that much because it feels a little bit more
Special.
a little bit more special. A little bit more of a premium cider. If you know what I mean.
It is definitely. We've had some premium cider. We did an episode on premium ciders.
Yeah, and they were
This
premium.
wipes the floor with those.
Oh yeah, this makes them just look like just puddles of mud on the floor. No, that's unfair, but it's very nice.
I'm going to say because of the way Devon Red is, and because of what we've just said, because you can't drink and drink and drink.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as high as Devon Red, but it's
No.
definitely for me. It's a GURT Lush.
I'm sort of in the middle, but I would say it's sort of a middle GURT Lush, if you know what I mean. So it's not the best GURT Lush we've had. It's better than Henry Weston Vintage. Not up there with Devon Red for me.
Okay.
Maybe it's like on par with Scully's, but I can't decide.
That's okay. I mean, you said it's in GURT Lush, which is great.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
And look at that, we've had 2 from the same producer.
In the same episode.
And again, I want to put this out there. This is not sponsored.
Although we would like it. We do need someone to pay for it.
Any producers, because we want to remain independent. If anyone does want to send anything our way, then that was lovely. But we'll be honest with it. We'll be honest because I think
If you
the
want to send
important
some
thing
stuff,
is integrity.
We are not going to say no.
Absolutely.
But be prepared for us to not 100% like it.
And again, what we like, you might love, you might hate it.
Yeah.
It really is all personal.
What we need is a sponsor who will just pay for everything for us.
No. Let's remain independent. I tell you what they could pay for is the cider.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because I have to try and justify to the wife why I'm spending so much money on cider. But I think we've had some cracking ciders today.
Yeah.
To spend so long talking about a small bottle.
Yeah. I think that's one of our longest recordings yet.
Yeah, it is great. I'm glad that you liked the surprise.
Yeah. I was in shock. It was like a Christmas present that had come
There we
early.
go, you see.
As we get into Christmas time, this is better than all my Christmas put together.
Brilliant, that's
I'm
great.
joking, that's
I'll remember that on Christmas Day.
just bottles upon bottles of the gin, you know what I mean?
It is good stuff.
It is wonderful. I think today's episode is the finest of...
It's been my favourite. Again, I've sung the praises of Sandford. I think they're absolutely brilliant. And again, I don't want to be too, up their bottoms, but they do make some good stuff.
Yeah, I would quite like to go and see where it's made.
We'll go there when we're allowed out of the house. We'll go there.
Yeah, it's a lovely little day trip.
That's it.
Field trip.
Yeah,
Thank
trip,
you.
an orchard trip.
Yes,
be nice. Be good. I should take you to Orchard Farm where they their own farm where they
sounds
get some
like
of the stuff.
mini little YouTube series. Orchard trips with Aaron and Geoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's done.
Thank you very much for listening.